Hi everybody, my name is Anthony. Now, if I can just briefly introduce to you this technology I was introduced to a few years ago. This technology has been used in Japan and used in Japanese hospital for over 40 years. And when I did some research, I found that this technology, this company called Enagic, that produces the Kangen water, has been endorsed by 6,500 medical doctors and also licensed as a medical device. So as you can see here, we've got a whole host of different equipment and utensils here. So I'm just going to jump right straight into this. So now, the product is called Kangen water, and Kangen is a Japanese word which means return to origin. And there are 3 unique properties to Kangen. Number 1, antioxidants. Number 2, alkalinity. And number 3, microcluster. So shall we just jump in? Are we okay to just jump in and just show you the 3 properties and how it benefits our health and how it pertains to our body? So the first property of this, unique property of this water, is something called antioxidants. Now, before we talk about antioxidants, let's talk a little bit about oxidants, shall we? Now, have you come across a situation where you've put an apple, you cut it in half, it starts to turn brown, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. So that's the oxidation process. That's also what oxidation is the rusting process. It's the aging process that happens in our body. So on the opposite side, you have antioxidants. So can you guys name me some common antioxidants you take on a day-to-day basis? What sort of antioxidants do you normally take regularly?
Fruit.
Fruit, okay, very good. Like things like green tea maybe, or goji berries, strawberries. These are very high in antioxidants, right? So scientists came up with a very clever device. I'm going to introduce you now to something called the ORP redox meter. So scientists came up with this device to measure and test whether or not a liquid or a food is oxidizing, bad for you, or anti-oxidizing, good for you. Okay, so there is a chart called the ORP meter chart, and you'll see on either side of this chart you'll have a positive ORP, and these things are bad for you. These speeds up your aging process. And you have on the opposite side antioxidant. It has a negative reading, it has a minus reading, so that means it's good for you. So as you can see, I brought along a whole range of common liquids. First one I have is something that I used to love drinking. Any of you guys drink this? Yeah?
I used to drink Coke.
Exactly. This represents any soft drink, be it Coca-Cola, Fanta. Just listen to the sound of that. It sounds delicious, right? So, first one is 7-Up. How about this gassy drink over here, this sparkling water over here? Okay, any of you drink this?
Used to.
Used to, right? Okay.
I'm a big fan now.
Okay, right. Now let's pour some of this off. And the next one, you might recognize this brand here. Yeah, Smart Water. Yeah, I'll tell you what I call it later. Okay, and this represents a lot of common drinks that you buy in the supermarkets. Okay. And then what we have here is just regular room temperature tap water. Any of you drink tap water or drink filtered water? Okay. And then lastly, this water here from our technology, the Kangen water. I'm just going to pour a bit in here. Now, when I put this probe into the meter, it will give me either a positive reading or a negative reading. So the first one we have is 7-Up. Can you all see the reading on this meter? Can you tell me what the reading is?
It's 300.
About 300.
Yes.
So is that good or bad for us, you think?
I would say it's bad.
Yeah, so this is one of the highest readings you'll find actually. So the higher the reading, the worse it is for our body. And the next, sparkling water. Any guess of what this might be? Yeah.
Oh, it's still pretty high.
It's still pretty high, it's not much different, so it's still very high. So the reading here, you can see, is around 200-300, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then next we have Smart Water or mineral water. Okay.
It's dropping.
Again, it still has a positive reading,
still
right? So it's still,
60,
yeah, so it's still oxidizing. It's still bad for us. And then tap water. Now I know a lot of people drink tap water. A lot of my friends used to drink tap water. What is the reading on this?
It's dropping to 250.
About 250. So people think that tap water is good for us. Okay, that people think that mineral water is good for us as an alternative to to soft drinks. But you can see, it's still oxidizing. It's still bad for us. So lastly, we come on to Kangen. In Kangen water, as you can see, it will gradually drop. What is the reading on here?
Minus 400.
Minus 400. So you see there is a negative reading on this meter, right? So what this means is, everything that you've seen so far up to here, these water here are oxidizing. They're rusting our body, they're aging us. They're speeding things up. Whereas over here with the Kangen water, this water here has an abundance of antioxidants. So it neutralizes free radicals, it protects our body. Very good. Okay, so that is the first property of Kangen water, antioxidant. Okay, so now we're going to move to the second property of Kangen water, is something called alkalinity. Now, you mentioned earlier, and we're all very familiar with putting lemon drops, okay, or squeezing lemon into our water in the morning, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, to neutralize acids, to detox. So, and you also hear a lot of nutritionists now say these days, take an alkaline diet, go alkaline, eat more broccoli, eat more spinach, right? But what about our water? Okay, we never really consider that water could be acidic, or alkaline, right? Now, until I saw this next demo, how do we test whether or not a water is acidic or alkaline? I'm going to introduce you now to my little friend over here. So this is simply a bottle of pH tester.
Okay.
Okay, it's simply a red dye. It's exactly the same idea when you go to your GP, your doctor. They test your saliva, they test your urine, right? And you get that little litmus chart paper with the different colours on.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly the same idea. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze a few drops into each cups over here. Now again, prior to seeing this demonstration, I thought all water was the same. If I hadn't put this pH drop in, they all look the same, don't they? It tastes more or less the same. Now let's have a look at this common soft drink over here.
It's shocking.
So this is very, very acidic. So if you have a look on our pH chart, so the more orangey yellow it is, the more acidic. Okay, so the first one, 7-Up, you can see is very acidic. And who drinks 7-Up or soft drinks the most these days?
A lot of kids.
A lot of kids, a lot of children. Right? And how about sparkling water? You'd be surprised, isn't it, right? So again, it's still very acidic.
For some reason, you would think that it's healthy because it's water, right?
Yeah, but they pump a lot of gas into it, right? Okay. And how about mineral water? A lot of people drink mineral water. They go out and they buy packs and packs of mineral water. And very interestingly, you notice here it's acidic to slightly neutral. And the reason is because these mineral water has been on the supermarket shelves for a very, very long time. Any guesses how long this has been in bottle for?
Maybe a year?
By the time it gets to you? A year? It's actually 24 months on average.
Oh, wow.
About 2 years. So from the moment it's sourced to you guys drinking, it's about 24 months.
So I guess when it's sourced, it will be alkaline.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can get it from source, you can get it from the French Alps, if you get it from the Swiss Alps, it's very, very alkaline. And that's where the best water is. If you have Mount Everest in the back of your garden, okay? So unfortunately we don't, so we have to buy this mineral water. And next we have tap water. Okay, as you can see, tap water is very neutral. Okay, that's very interesting because anywhere we test tap water, it's always this colour. Whether it be in New York or in Germany or in Japan, it's always neutral. Any guesses why that might be? Well, because by federal regulation, the governments have to put things in the water and they have to put chemicals in the water. So one of the chemicals, as you know, is chlorine. Okay, and then it also picks up a lot of heavy metals along the way, right, in our city pipes. So one of the chemicals they put in now these days is something called lye, L-Y-E, which is very, very alkaline. And the reason is to help boost up the pH of the water, to change it from this colour to this colour. Okay, and actually, it made me wonder why originally, but you think about it, because if our city pipes was acidic, what would happen to our city pipes?
Rusting, right?
It would rust, correct, it would rust, it would corrode. So you wonder, right, so are the governments there looking after their pipes, or they're looking after your pipes?
It's a good question.
And then lastly, you can see Kangen water, it's it's purple, it's alkaline, right? So one of the first things that happens to your body when you drink Kangen water? So let's have a look. So imagine this is your state of your body over here. One of the first things that happens to your body is when you drink Kangen, you notice it starts to change colour. You start to neutralise acids in your body. You start to detox. Okay. How about with the smart water? Let's see if we can really make it smart now. Now that's what I call smart water now, right? Okay. Now don't blink with this next one. This is very interesting. It's sparkling gassy water. What happens when we put Kangen water inside?
Oh.
Wow. I'm not a magician, am I? So that was not magic show. Let's see that again. You notice how it struggled, it changed colour slightly a little bit, and it went back to acidic. That's how acidic these soft drinks are. You need to drink a lot to change that state. And the same with that 7-Up. See? No changes? Okay, in fact, I have a bigger bottle over here. I'm going to keep pouring this all the way to the top, all the way, and you still see there are no changes. Now, if you drink a can of this 7-Up, this soft drink, guess how many bottles of Kangen water you will need to drink to neutralize all that acids?
Maybe 10?
10?
No idea.
No idea. It's actually 30. 30 bottles of Kangen to neutralize all that acids in your body. You think, who can sit here and drink 30 bottles in one day? Right? And like me...
So that's something just to avoid then, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And in fact, you know, a lot of children, when they come to see this, they get this, they get it straight away. I said, Mummy, Daddy, this visual impact is very powerful.
Yeah.
You know, they go home and say, Mummy, Daddy, I don't want that soft drink anymore. So this actually means something to them, right?
Really cool. Yeah.
So, like my children, I have like a 5-year-old daughter, and she said, Mummy, Daddy, if I go out and if I just took one little sip, it's not going to do too much harm to my body, right? So let's have a look. Not half a can, not a whole can, just one sip.
Wow.
Did you see what happened there? Right? It changed it instantly to a very acidic state in our body, and the same with the tap water.
Yeah.
All right?
We don't realize what we do to our bodies.
No, exactly. So when you see this, instantly your choice would be to stay away from these acidic water, these mineral water, and even the tap water, which not only is it oxidizing our body, but it's also acidifying our cells. So your water of choice again should be the Kangen water. Okay, so that completes our second property of Kangen water. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what you've seen so far is the first and second property of Kangen water: antioxidants and alkalinity. Now I'm going to introduce you now to the third and last property of Kangen water, and that's something called microclustering. Now you're probably wondering, what is microclustering? Well, simply think of it as two sides of water. You've got big water and you have tiny water. You think, how does water have two sizes? Well, your tap water, your mineral water, is somewhere between 15 to 20 molecules. It's clumped up together. Whereas with Kangen, after going through this process in the machine, it breaks down the molecules of water. It's somewhere between 4 to 6 molecules. Now, rather than me explaining how this works, I'm going to show you how microclustering works via some green tea. Okay, so what I have here is a packet of Yamamoto green tea. This is one of my favorites. Now, question: how do you guys normally make your green tea?
Just
Hot water.
Hot water, right. So, I'm just going to use 1 tea bag, room temperature tap water. And what I'm doing wrong is, this is just room temperature. You've got to boil the water, correct? So, same tea bag, we're going to move on to now to Kangen water.
Whoa.
Wow.
Instant green tea.
And that's cold water.
And that's just, again, cold Kangen water.
That's weird.
And the reason is because molecules of water is in two sizes. You have big water and tiny water. So this allows the molecules of water to penetrate through into the tea bag. Now, you're probably wondering, when I first saw that, when you see that, you're thinking, Anthony, the tea bag was wet from the first cup, right? From the tap water. That's why you can make green tea. So, why don't we do this? Come back on tap water. Same tea bag. Just to make sure, show you it is not a magic trick. Any green tea?
No.
Molecules of water is too big, right? So again, we come back now to Kangen. No matter how many times I see this, I never see this to amaze me.
Colors of different.
Instant green tea, the vibrancy in this, incredible, right? So what does this mean? Well, if you think about hosting a green tea party, you just want to use 1 tea bag. Save some money, right? You can make 33 cups of green tea, right? But that's secondary. But more importantly, it's more about hydration. And particularly if you have children, if they go out, you want to make sure they're properly hydrated. Or if you know a lot of athletes, and they think that, you know, if I drink a litre of tap water, a litre of mineral water, I can hydrate myself. But as you can see, are you hydrating yourself with tap water or mineral water? You don't, because what happens when you drink a litre or a glass of water in the morning and you start jumping up and down? You'll feel very, exactly, you'll feel very bloated, you feel it moving around, right? But with Kangen, this happens. Now, what I'm going to do is just get this tea bag, and
this is my favorite bit. When I seen this the first time, I said I'm getting one of these for my mum.
Exactly. So I'm just going to squeeze a few drops into each cup, and this is one of the reasons I bought it for my parents too, because I know they love cooking and they used to own restaurants, and they thought, so Anthony, look, the more ingredients I put in here, and in our culture we used to love to make soup, and I thought the more ingredients I put in here, the better the flavour, right? So this is how they used to make their soup or their cooking. And now we switch to Kangen.
Whoa. So it just produces more green tea from it, isn't it?
From that little drop.
Yeah. It draws out the flavour. Okay, so what that means is you can use less ingredients. But again, that's secondary. More importantly, it's about your body. What you're doing here, you are flushing the toxins out from your body, and you're hydrating your cells. Okay, so that is the third and final property of Kangen water, and that's microclustering. Ladies and gentlemen, what you've seen so far is the first type of water the machine can produce, and that's called Kangen water. And we use that for cooking, we use that for drinking. Now, what I'm going to show you is there are other types of water the machine can produce too. So to produce Kangen, you simply press one of the buttons on the machine and it automatically produces Kangen water. It converts an ordinary tap water into one of the healthiest water you can get. So when you press another button on the machine, it produces something called strong Kangen water. And the pH of this is at 11.5. It's the highest setting you can get on the machine. So as you can see here, I brought along a packet of ordinary tomatoes. Okay, you're probably wondering, what am I doing with this packet of tomatoes? So the question is, how do you normally wash your fruit and veg?
I'm just rinsing it in the tap water.
Yeah, just rinse it under the tap, right? So I just open up this packet of tomatoes, and what we're going to do is divide this pack of tomatoes into 2 separate cups, and then after this we will have a little taste test. Okay, are you guys hungry? Yeah? Like to taste some of these lovely cherry tomatoes. Now the reason why I have a little cherry tomato is just so it can fit in these little cups for this demonstration. So how we usually wash our fruits and veg: regular tap water. Okay? And then what I have here is a bottle of this strong Kangen water. And again, it's just water from our machine. And what we're going to do is give this a quick rinse. Careful not to make too much mess on your worktop. Okay, I'll leave that to set on one side, and the same with this other cup over here. While you're looking, you're wondering, what is this stuff over here? Okay, so I think I'm fairly happy with these now. And what I'm going to do is just rinse this out. Now normally I would let this sit there for about a minute. Just in the interest of time, I am fairly happy with these now.
Wow.
So, tap water. This cup of tomato, wash in tap water. Did we wash anything off here?
No, not
maybe a bit of dust, maybe a bit of sediments, right? Okay, the second cup was washed using this strong Kangen. Okay, so before we go into this, is it okay if I can get you guys to have a little taste test? Okay, you're up for some taste test, guys? Right. Now, you actually just remove the pips from the top, and you want to put the whole tomato into your mouth. Just make sure you don't split all over your beautiful clothes. So after you've tasted the first tomato, just keep your comments to yourself for now. Have a taste of the second tomato. Let me know what you think. So the first tomato, washed in strong Kangen. Second tomato is how you guys currently wash your fruits and veg using tap water. Look at can you see the faces? Can you see the looks on these guys' faces? Can you notice the difference? Now, which one did you prefer, the first or the second tomato?
The first one was much sweeter, isn't it?
The second one's sour, yeah.
Second one's sour, yeah. And these are the general feedback we get. The first tomato, washed using strong Kangen, you tend to taste more sweeter, it tastes more natural, tastes like something, you know, my grandparents used to grow in their back garden. Whereas with the second one that was washed in...
I think I need another
You want another one? Right.
to wash that sourness down.
That's like a good idea.
Whereas with the second one, this one over here, washed in the tap water, you said it tastes more sour, right? It tastes more acidic. Some people said it tastes more bitter. It tastes like there was a bite, right? There was definitely a bite on the second tomato.
It was a nice experience.
It wasn't a nice experience, but this is what we normally used to.
We don't usually know that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We don't
Yeah.
see the difference. That's right.
Yeah, and interestingly, any guesses what this yellow stuff might be?
The chemicals going into the vegetables.
Absolutely.
Grow them.
Absolutely. When I first did this to somebody told me that it was green tea. Okay, it looked exactly the same colour as that Yamamoto green tea, right?
Yes.
This yellow stuff here, these are your herbicides, your pesticides, your insecticides. These are all the chemicals our farmers are spraying on our fruits and veg. And unbeknownst to us, we've been feeding this to our family all this time. And there's a really interesting book over here I recommend you check out. What is this called? It's called Killing Cancer, Not People. And this is written by the American Anti-Cancer Institute. You can find this on Amazon. Very interesting book, very powerful book. And what these oncologists and what these doctors says are, what are the top? They're trying to find what the top 10 causes of cancer these days. And you know what the top 10 causes of cancer is?
Acidity.
And pesticides and herbicides.
Wow.
These chemicals.
Wow.
These are one of the top 10 silent killers today in our fruits and vegetable.
It's crazy.
So again, your choice going forward, rather than washing your fruits and veg in tap water, should be going forward using strong Kangen water, correct?
Yes, I know what my choice will be.
Okay, brilliant. So this is the second property, or the second water the machine can produce, the strong Kangen water. Thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, what you've seen so far is two types of water, correct? Kangen water for drinking and cooking, and then strong Kangen water for washing our fruits and veg. Now there are other types of water the machine can produce too. Something called beauty water. So when you press a button on the machine, it produces something you'll hear say beauty water.
This is one thing that I think Aga will really like.
Well, not just Aga, believe it or not, I carry this around with me too. Okay, so when you press this button on the machine, it produces unlimited amount of beauty water. You're thinking, what is beauty water? Well, beauty water is simply a pH of 5.5. Okay, now I had no idea what 5.5 was until my wife and my parents told me, what is that, Anthony? Is that toner I've been buying from the department store all this time? Okay, so how you use it is very simple. You simply just spray it all over your face, you spray it on your hands, and the reason is it hydrates your skins, it penetrates your skin, and it tones your skins. So again, simply by pressing a button on this, you are saving money. Okay, people think that when they invest in one of these technology, it's costing them money. So you've seen what we did with the mineral water and the soft drinks. So you're saving money from eliminating those soft drinks, and same with the beauty water. Okay, I don't know how much these are, but I hear these go for about what, 15, 20, 30 odd pounds a bottle, right? So you produce unlimited beauty water with a press of a button on this machine.
And this is very easy to use. You can have it
Yes,
in your
exactly.
handbag.
Carry it around with you. Right, there we go. Right. So, one of the final water the machine can produce is something called strong acidic water. So, again, by pressing another button on the machine, you generate strong acidic water. And the pH of this is set at the lowest. And the pH of this is 2.5. You're thinking, why 2.5? Because once the pH drops below 2.7, you can kill 99% of bacteria, including E. coli, Salmonella, MRSA, Staph. So how this works is you get this in different size bottles. If you just prepare something on the worktop and you want to kill off some bacteria, where you normally use some chemical detergents, right? So this replaces that. You simply just spray it on your worktop and it will kill bacteria within 60 seconds. And I first thought, are you sure? Well, in fact, in a lot of Japanese hospitals, they use this to sterilize surgical equipment for operation. Right? So if you have, even if you have gum disease, if you have infection in your eyes, and look how incredibly safe it is to use. Okay, you spray it in your eyes, or you have a gum disease, you gargle with it. Okay, again, you know, is this costing you money or saving you money? So again, we've been able to make our home a completely safe environment where we've been able to eliminate all those harmful chemicals and use this instead. Okay, so this is one of the last water machines to produce strong acidic water.
Nice.
No?
That's great.
So
when you have kids at home.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so exactly. So those hand cream gels people carry out with them. Yeah, so again, you can eliminate this and just carry this instead.
So there you have it. That's the machine. I want to do this because the really cool thing about this machine is it's just really simple to use. You literally receive it. Maybe Anthony can come over and we can all show you a little bit how it works. The great thing about it is just it's quite a neat machine. Just place it next to your tap. It's literally plug and play. One goes into the socket for the electric, and then one just goes to your tap. And then you have this switcher here where you can actually have tap water when you want tap water. There's actually a shower setting as well, and then there's a moment when you switch onto this setting where then it comes from the machine. And this is the Kangen water now that it's producing. And maybe if we have Anthony, if you just show them all the different buttons on the machine and what they do. Yeah.
Right, so this machine over here is called a K8, and this is the premium, the top of the range model Enagic offers. And why the K8? Because, well, it speaks 8 languages. More importantly, one of the coolest features of this machine is that it automatically cleans itself. So as Eric mentioned, it's very simple to install. Literally just take 10-15 minutes to set up. So it starts off with one of these diverters over here. So you still have your tap water again. And once I divert it to this blue button over here that says ionizer, now the tap water is going to get diverted down this hose through the machine, and now it's going to split the water. You're now going to have acidic or beauty water down this bottom hose over here, and healthy alkaline Kangen water out of this top hose over here. So how do you use the machine? Very simple. Now this is one of the big features of the K8 because it's touchscreen. So when you press the 9.5, the 9.0, okay, it talks to you. Okay, you press 9.5, it says Kangen water 9.5. So again, what you get up here, the machine is now going to split the water. So you're going to have healthy alkaline water out one of the top hose, and the water you don't want, the beauty water or the acidic water, out the other hose. Okay, so that's the Kangen water, and you can adjust the different pH according to your lightness, whether it's 9.5, 9.0, or 8.5. And we suggest everybody starts off on a pH of 8.5, because switching between 8.5 and 9.5 is a few hundred times more powerful in the water. So the pH of our body is somewhere between neutral. Okay, so when you switch from 7 to 8.5, you want to gradually acclimatize yourself. And then there are other buttons on the machine too that I mentioned earlier. You have something called beauty water I mentioned. Okay, so when you press that, it produces unlimited beauty water, and that's the pH at 5.5 or 6.0. So this acts as a toner for your skin. And then lastly, when you press this bottom button over here, this red button here that says pH 2.5, you hear it says strong acidic water. So when you press that button, it produces 2 types of water. It splits the water and you get 11.5 out the top hose, and this is where you use this to wash those fruits and vegetables. And out the other hose, you produce that very useful strong acidic water for killing bacteria.
I think one thing, Anthony, maybe you share with them the different variations of a few of the machines, so that they know how they can actually get one of these and what the price range is.
Yeah, so this is the top of the range. This K8 here is the premium model. Now there are other models that Enagic company offers too. So there is a starter model called the Junior 2. Okay, so that produces the 5 different waters you've just seen. However, that's ideal for a single person or dual person. But however, the quality of that water is not as good as the K8 because that only has 3 titanium plates. And you have something called the SD501. And this is the flagship model. This flagship model has been around the marketplace for the longest. So that again produces the 5 different water that you've seen earlier. And that is something that I would recommend for families of 4 or 5. So that's called the SD501.
Does the SD501 do self-cleaning as well or not?
No, it doesn't. So the SD501 doesn't do self-cleaning, and the Juniors doesn't do any self-cleaning.
So does that mean actually long-term, this one, actually you save money as well because of that?
It saves money, and also in terms, it saves time. Okay. So if you're very busy, if you have kids and you have family, if you've got your job to run around, your business to manage, and you simply press a button on that machine, and it was fun cleans itself. So I would highly recommend the K8.
So what about the investment levels of the 3 machines you just mentioned? What's the Junior start from?
So the Junior starts from €2,000. The SD501 starts at €3,300, and the K8 is at €4,300.
My name is Aram, and I'm one of the leaders and one of the founders of the strategy that we're currently implementing in the team. I think going back to how I started this journey, it really was because of the product. The product alone and you know, the widely known benefits, the third-party certifications and endorsements was honestly, it was just more than enough reason for me to get it, and especially because I'm very product conscious. When I first started using the product though, I wasn't interested in the business end of it much. Just because I wasn't such a happy person when it comes to network marketing, and you know, and I don't have a talent for selling. The turning point where I actually started doing this as a business enough for me to actually become part of finding this strategy to help the team build an income of at least $5,000 per month was because, well, I came from a corporate world of 20 years where I've been in multiple senior management positions, etc., you know, making a really good salary. But there was a time where in my position, I also had to let go of many people because of either economical changes or because just simply because technology pretty much took over a lot of the day-to-day work, resulting in, you know, certain job positions disappearing. So when I saw these changes happening, I realized that this is the future, and I felt I needed to shift gears to plan for a safer future by creating additional sources of income. But between raising 2 little kids and working a full-time job, I always felt like I didn't have any extra time to do anything, especially to add something else to the schedule for me to build another source of income that I can rely on was like a plan B. It just wasn't going to happen. And, you know, this made me look into the compensation plan of this product company where at that point we completely broke it apart and then implemented our own strategy on top of an existing platform / compensation plan. And we realized that we had something really, really acceptable and so powerful to a point where as soon as I introduced this to some of my friends, it literally in the first 10 days, 13 people joined who, you know, and they were like me, who didn't have time and really, really hated being a salesperson. And because of this powerful strategy that we implemented, honestly, it made everything so much more simple. When this strategy first launched 2 years ago, it was a huge success and it was the talk of the town, especially in the industry. Now with a few tweaks and improvements, it is even more powerful than ever before. Now I look back and think, considering I gave the last company I worked with 8 years of my life, where my paychecks ended on the last day of my work with them, I have to say every time I look at the strategy now, we have, you know, I can't help wishing I started this sooner. If I implemented the strategy for the last 8 years of my life in the corporate world, oh my God, I would have my own island sipping pina coladas under the sun. And my bank account would be just like duplicating itself. But unfortunately, what's past is past, and you know, I very much look forward to continuing this for the rest of my life. And honestly, like now I just have so much more time for myself, which gives me so much more time and energy to focus on my family as well. And now I'm not making money for other people or another company, but I'm spending my time and energy doing something for me. And this definitely is something that, you know, you can do while you have your job, and, you know, 2 jobs even. And because it doesn't require much time or energy at all to do this, it's you know, it's so simple. So it's, you know, it's something that, if anything, I would highly recommend for you to, you know, take a look and peek into what this strategy and this team is about, so that you can really understand how simple it is, and it will blow your mind. I really look forward to soon hearing your stories on how something this simple has changed your life as much as it has changed mine. Thanks for hearing me out, and hope to see you soon.
Hi everyone, my name's Josh. I just wanted to quickly talk to you a bit about this movement that I'm sure you're aware of now. But in all honesty, like, the main thing for me about this movement was my 2 goals in life, which was health goals and then also business goals. So for me, finding a movement that I can leverage and utilize for both of those goals in my life was really just something phenomenal. So, because if I'm honest, like, before meeting these mentors like Master Shriya Karshner, obviously Hero, Aram, and everyone else in this amazing community, I wasn't necessarily in the best part of my life, because I just graduated uni like a year ago, or a bit over a year ago, and I was earning £100 a week, living on a couch kind of thing. So back then I had these goals that I wanted to achieve, but then not knowing how to achieve them or having the support that I needed to achieve them made things really hard. But then having the community support now, like as soon as finding this movement, this community, it's really changed things like phenomenally. So I do actually want to say thank you to Master, obviously Hero, Aram, everyone in the team, for just being there and offering that constant support, that constant guidance, for allowing me to make those steps in my health goals, those daily things that I can do now every day to not only hopefully live longer, but also live a better quality life, and then also being able to leverage people who have, let's say, results that I've always aspired to have, and having them in the community to be able to not only achieve those results but hopefully surpass them very soon. But also just grateful for the family feel that it is, because it's more than just like a community. It is a family where we're all supporting each other, and the whole goal is to make this world a better place, right? Make this world something that we want ourselves to live in, and we want our future generations, our kids, to live in. So yeah, I think if you're looking into this movement now, just go in with an open mind. Obviously you've got your reasons for whether it's health, business, or whatever it is, or even just a new family. Just go in with an open mind, learn lots, and yeah, I'd say just keep on that seeker's journey. So I think I'll end it there. I just want to say thanks to all the family for now, and hopefully I'll be seeing you as part of the family very soon. So peace out.
It says change your water, change your life. And it's true to me. When I first got my machine, I thought, I am going to experience it and then I can share the message with others. Mind blown. So I've known for many years, right? I've been exposed to different pieces of information about, you know, your body being in an acidic state. I remember Pam, a lady that I met, she had breast cancer, and she didn't take the traditional route of healing, and she started to talk with me and share more about her diet and some other things that she was doing, but mostly about water and alkalinity in the food she was eating, etc. And so I started my journey of what makes my body feel better, but in time, I just deteriorated. I went through this cycle. I don't have time to drink more water. I haven't taken the time to do all of the research I need to do to understand what is the best water for me to drink. And so I continued to do what I had always done, and that is drinking coffee, not having energy, making poor decisions about my food, and then feeling tired, I can't work out, and it kept on going and kept on going until finally I'm done. I'm done. I need to do this for myself and my health. So I went to this event and I saw these people walking around with these blue water bottles, and they were all filled with energy, and it was just so awesome to see. And so I wanted to learn more about it, and I made the decision. I'm doing it, and I will feel what it's like. I'll be able to see if it works. I took a leap of faith. I just knew that it's what I needed to do. And I must tell you that it changed my life. I no longer drink coffee. I'm able to make better decisions when it comes to food because I'm filled with energy. And the whole thought of I need to be a better water drinker, I need to concentrate a lot and put a lot of effort into it, it's no longer an effort. It's just my go-to. It's just what I do because it feels different in my body. There's no longer this notion of you go to a store and you have all these bottles and you don't know which one is the best one. Oh, well, this one has electrolytes. Oh, well, this one has whatever it is that it says. I know what's in this and I know how it makes me feel, and I don't have that sloshy feeling or I need to run to the restroom, I need to run to the restroom, you know, fluid in, fluid out. The way this goes into my body is just very different. And so when I think about my health, what a bug or the flu, a family member, my family gets, I don't get it. My body is just different now. I am not susceptible to those things. When you're in an alkaline state, your body is just going to be better, healthier. When you're going to be in an acidic state, those things and then no rest and then poor food and not getting what you need into your body to really fuel your body. You know, if the majority of our bodies are water, why would I not want to refuel it with great water? It's horrible that I took more concern about my car and what kind of gas I put into it than what it is that I'm putting into my body as fuel to make it work. So what might make my family sick? I don't get it, right? My body is just in a healthier state. So that decision that I made where I said I got fed up and I made the decision to say my time is now, and it's going to start with water. So when it says change your water, change your life, you absolutely can change your life with this water.
Hi, my name is Sue and I'm one of the leaders within Project K8. I first joined the movement without knowing the difference this project could bring into my life, and now I'm so proud of the whole team and our many successes we've seen since we kickstarted this whole thing. It's crazy how I discovered this in the first place, considering I was just working the usual 9 to 5 just last year. I wasn't really different from any of my colleagues. Same work Monday through Friday, happiest on Friday, and of course complained on Sunday why the weekends are so short and dreading the Garfield Mondays. Then one day, a colleague of mine was promoted as a supervisor, and of course I was really happy for her. But at the same time, as I watched her work and then see her boss and her boss's boss work, and this was when I realized this was to be my life if I stayed on this life's path. A life where they were still having the same happy Fridays, short weekends, and dreadful Mondays, no matter what position or age they were in. And then the dreadful question came, do I want to live like this for the next 20, 30 plus or more years of my life? And my answer was clearly no. And this was when I met this one person, when my mind was all about how to make different paths for my life, and I was tired of working at the office doing the same thing over and over for years, working hard at the 9 to 5 job, spending less and saving for my future. But I didn't know what I really wanted to do or what else I can do. And sometimes I felt it was too late to start anything new, or I have too many responsibilities to try anything, or don't have time to add anything else to my schedule. But this person I met was different, a very leader type of person who had a different mentality and outlook on life opportunities, as well as setting up a team in a way I've never imagined. And through her, I was introduced to books and thoughts that opened my mind to learn from successful people. Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I was like, wow, this is so true. I looked around and saw my close 5 people were very similar in lots of ways, including wanting a better life, yet doing the same thing over and over again, thinking we can't or just don't have time to do anything different. And as soon as I started being around with this person, like the new person in my life started shifting into this other direction. My mindset, my energy, and my motivation. And little did I know, my bank account started looking better too. And through her, I was introduced to other leaders all over the world that were also involved in this project. And their way of thinking really amazed me all the time. And I was so surprised to see that so many of them being so much younger than me, like even 10 years younger, and yet living the life that I wanted to live. True freedom of time, working smarter so they have more time to enjoy life, and at the same time making a stream of income every month where it was 3 to 4 times more than the monthly salary working 40 dreadful hours a week. And when I was introduced to this strategy by her and her team, I saw that it was so simple. It was different from the belief that working hard, like exhaustingly hard, did not mean guarantee of success, of wealth. I saw that their strategy was all about simplifying the process so that the success was simply achieved. And this is when I realized that it's so important who you surround yourself with, especially when you are thinking about your future. And for me now, being with these people and discussing how to make things happen for real became the norm. Something I couldn't imagine myself doing before. And the best part was that the small investment I made to this, to be part of all this, I was actually able to get all that money back in just a few weeks by working together with the team. If you want to be successful but don't know how, just start by, I guess, surrounding yourself with successful people and copy what other successful people are doing. One thing I learned in life is that opportunities like this doesn't always come knocking at your door. I know success has different meanings to each one of us, and for me, I know I'm on the right track and for my success, and I did it by joining this team and copy pasting my leaders. So join us, copy paste, and then make it yours. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm so glad I can share my story here, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!
Hi, my name is Helene, and I'm a hydration specialist, health enthusiast, and philanthropist. When I'm not volunteering, I love to travel. I've been to 19 countries. I'm at a point in my life where I feel really happy with myself. I try to think of at least one thing to be grateful for every day. I noticed just more positive people start coming into my life. And throughout this community, I met this amazing team with mentors like OGHero, Aram, and Scuba Steve. And they presented me with this health benefit for my family and I, and an opportunity along with it. So I shared this with my family, but my family is very practical, so they were very concerned for me and weren't on board with it right away. But it wasn't until my mom and my brother tried the water that they shared with me that they kept going to the restroom and felt like the water was really flushing out their system in a healthy way. And my mom shared this with her friends, and turns out her friends have already been drinking the water. So they understood what I was doing, and they told her that they were really proud of me. And now my family just fully supports me, and I could not be any more thankful to be a part of such an amazing team. So thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Tanya Coulter, and I'm a hydration specialist. But on top of that, I'm also a full-time counselor, part-time life coach, author, and single mom. So I need a lot of energy to get through the day, which I have now thanks to this water, but it wasn't always that way. I was doing whatever I could to get through the day, and that meant stopping at the store in the morning, getting an energy drink, or going and getting a tea or a coffee, and then having another one in the afternoon, or anything with caffeine that would get me through the day. And then I would crash so hard, and I knew there had to be a better way. When I was at a conference in California a few months ago, someone had mentioned this water, and it piqued my interest. And before the conference ended, I had scheduled a call to find out what is it about this water that everyone is raving about. So before I got on the call, my first thought was, how can I afford to do this? As a single mom, I don't know. But after the call, no kidding, my mindset changed and I thought, how can I afford not to do this? This is a great opportunity not only to invest in myself, but also to invest in myself and my son and both of our health. Now, the second thought I had was, how can I do this? I'm not good at, doing these types of investment or income opportunities. So how can I do this? But that was actually answered on the call and proven to me after I signed up to be a distributor, because there is this amazing team that backs you with resources, with helping you get out there and get this product to other people. I mean, you have Aram, who is a fantastic marketing guru. You have OGHero, who is just amazing, and he's an amazing coach, and he helps you get over any fears that you have. And you have Master Shri. I mean, who wouldn't want to work with him? It is just amazing, cohesive team. So that fear was alleviated as well. I cannot tell you how this water has changed not only my life, but my son's life. You're going to see a demonstration that's going to show you all the health benefits of this water and everything else that you can do with it. Because you don't just drink it. There's so many uses. And I was like, what? This is crazy. But watch the video and find out how this is going to change your life and the lives of anybody else in your family, your friends. It is just amazing. Now, if you hop on the call and you have some fears, ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? Honestly, what is the worst? Now, after that call, if you feel like this opportunity is just not for you, then it's not, and that's okay. There's no pressure, and it costs you absolutely nothing to get on this call. Now, if at the end of the call, you're like, yes, I'm excited about this, I want to do it, and you sign up, you are going to gain so much from it. But again, if you don't want to, you lose nothing. So watch the demonstration, hop on a call today, and just see if you're just as passionate about it as I am.
Hi, my name is Judy. I'm a team member for Project K. My English is not so good, but I really want to share my experience, how my life changed after joining Project K. Like most people, making more money, living a comfortable life is something that I also wanted. Me, coming from average family, working hard and saving money was the only thing I knew, and I thought that would make me successful. But every time I look at my bank account, oh my God, that's it? I feel like I couldn't live like this anymore, where I still have nothing in the end. I really need a change, but I didn't know how, so I just kept working. Then my friend introduced me Project K. She told me about the financial plan and system of the team, where people are making $5,000 a month and up. $5,000 a month, but I don't have to work 6 days a week. I can also make more money for me to invest in other things like real estate or stocks. At first, I was scared to try this opportunity, but after seeing the strategy, I saw that it was not the plan of hoping things will go a certain way, but the plan calculates math. Project K made sense to me because it didn't require a lot of financial investment, which was important because I didn't have much extra money to spend. Number 2, I can do anytime, anywhere. Number 3, I can do it without quitting my job. And number 4, I don't have to sell anything. I really believe that some opportunities you just have to say yes and go with it. Because I did it, and it was one of the best decisions I've made. Honestly, I can do it. You really can too. Thanks for hearing me out. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Sugandhi, and today I wanted to talk to you about Kangen Water and how it has changed my life. I got in touch with this team last year in August, and I bought my SD501, and I was just having a lot of health issues, and I wanted to know, no matter what I had, I went to multiple doctors, dermatologists, but nothing was really working out for me. But so I wanted to just give this a try because I saw the demo and it all made sense to me. How the purification of water and how by the time it comes to our tap, it's already dead water. So just wanted to give it a try and see if it would do anything, since 70% of our bodies are made of water. So if I could somehow replenish my body, that 70% of it, with quality water, good water, then hopefully at least 70% of my things would go down. So in August, when I started drinking Kangen water, it was a very drastic change for me. I completely stopped drinking tea. I would wake up and tea was one of the first things that I would look for to start my day, but I don't do that anymore. When I work out, if I have some kind of a lag or the tired fatigue feeling going on, I would just drink some water and it'll give me energy. So I've seen a lot of health benefits with this water already. It's been about 6 months now, but the biggest change for me has been even the cleaning products. Like, this water goes beyond just being drinking water. It becomes your cleaner. It becomes your go-to for anything. I use it for my hair after shower as a detangler. I wake up in the morning, I wash my face with it. My kitchen cleaners I don't spend my money on it anymore. In fact, the most surprising thing was for me was when I have stainless steel appliances, and all I need is one spray of it and a paper towel, and it's all gone. No matter if they are grease stains on my pots and pans or oil stains, anything that I need to clean in the kitchen, I have a bottle now, a sprayer that I save my acidic water in, and then I just use that everywhere. Even my furniture is cleaned by it. So I'm getting a lot of use of this water apart from just the health benefits. So yeah, and this is a great team to work with. They have a great community, a good support network. If you have any kind of questions, Facebook. We have 2 Facebook groups, and they're both really helpful. You can just post your inquiry if you're feeling if you have any questions about the machine, or if you have any questions about whether you can use the 2.5 acidic water to gargle when you are sick, or use it as a nasal spray. Every day I'm finding new ways to use this water. I use it to water my plants. I use it, as I mentioned before, in the shower. So the community is great. Somebody or the other would always reply, and on a daily basis you find people using it in different ways. So it's pretty good. So I would wish you all the best. So I hope you get the same benefits as I did with this water. Have a good day. Bye for now.
Hi, my name is Daniela, and I'm the founder of the Indigo Heart. I'm an energy healer and teacher, as well as an independent health consultant. I'm extremely excited and passionate about this project because it brings health worldwide, and it has truly changed my life. Water is the most important nutrient for the body to thrive. Therefore, it's important the quality that you intake for the body. Ever since I took this opportunity with Master Shri Akashana, it has changed everything in my life. I have more time, more money, as well as more opportunities. On the next page, you will get all the info that you will need going forward. How to get one, what it's about, all the biology that's behind it. But please do not hesitate as long as I did, because it's truly worth it, and I'm excited for you to get started.